Hello everyone, welcome to sample problem number 6 video, which focuses on individual retirement account. Okay, so let's get right into it. James Buchanan, a 36 years old unmarried taxpayer, lives at 6574 Abbey Road in Georgia. During the year, James worked as a sales manager for Frank's Floors and Fashions Inc. His W-2 is provided by his employer, which shows he received wages of $71,000. That goes on where? Line 1 of Form 1040. Box 4 of W-2 is federal income tax withheld. He had prepayment of tax withheld by his employer, $8,500. That goes on line 17 of Form 1040. James also received taxable interest income from Bank of America. Right away, line 2. How much? $24.50. And that is taxable interest, so it's 2B. And Schedule B would be required, right? Because it's more than $15.50. He paid alimony of $1,200 to his ex-wife. Now, we've had alimony before, but it was alimony that was received, and that is income. But in this case, it's not part of income. It's going to be adjustments to income. Let's take a look where this goes on Form 1040. Line 8A. Adjustments to income from Schedule 1, line 22. Let's go to Schedule 1, line 22, which is at the bottom here. It's the total of all the adjustments to income. Let's find alimony paid in Part 2, which is adjustments to income. All these items are adjustments to income. It reduces income, whereas the Part 1 is additional income. It increases the taxable income. Here it's alimony paid, line 18A. The recipient's social security number is needed, and the date of divorce, the decree date. That's relevant because alimony paid that is executed 2018 and prior is relevant to tax. It is adjustments to income. Just like when it's alimony received, it is part of gross income and is taxable. Here the alimony paid is $1,200. The date of divorce is 2012, so it is applicable to being adjustments to income. In this sample problem, we will have IRA deduction, which will utilize the IRA worksheet to obtain the amount for line 19. And then the total on line 22 would carry over to line 8 of Form 1040. Again, line 8 is adjustments to income from Schedule 1, line 22. Back to the sample problem. James's employer has a 401k plan for its employees, which James contributed $10,500 to the plan during the year. What's the implication of this? The amount that James contributed to the 401k plan will not be subject to tax. The funds that goes into these plans are invested, and it's going to have earnings, interest earnings, and earnings on top of earnings, which is called compounded earnings. The benefit is that these earning incomes are not subject to tax, resulting in higher level of income invested for even higher earnings. The tax on these income, however, will come at a later date. It is deferred to the future. It is taxed when a distribution is taken, typically when the taxpayer reaches age 59 and a half. Now, the annual contribution could be up to $19,000 more if the taxpayer is age 50 or older. Another benefit of the plan is that the employer may match the amount contributed to the plan by the employee, and this is excluded from the employee's gross income. The contributions and earnings on the amounts, again, are taxable only when withdrawn. So keep in mind that the amount that's contributed to the plan, the $10,500, is not within this number Otherwise, this gross wages of $71,000 would be a higher number. It would be $81,500. Rather, the gross wages reported is $71,000 subject to tax instead of a higher number. Continuing on with the sample problem, James contributed $6,000 to his traditional IRA, and his basis in the IRA for prior non-deductible contributions is $15,080. Let's now learn a little bit more about the individual retirement accounts before we move on with the sample problem, okay? So see the next video.